All right, so your boy is a little late when it comes to this video, man, because usually I like to get this video out a little bit earlier so you can already have your nice new cases in hand for when you go out there and get your iPhone 17 Pro Max series. And that's exactly what we're doing right here now. I'm going to give you some of the best early case recommendations. I do this video every year. So at this point, some of these you can go get on Amazon and get probably fairly quick before you get your new iPhone. Others, you might have to wait a couple days unless you want to pay for some overnight shipping. Now, I'm not saying that these are going to be the absolute best cases when they come out for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now, we do have a dummy unit. You know I don't really like getting down with installing cases on dummy units, and this is a black one. I'm not going to get our hopes up, but guess what? We don't have a black iPhone. But I know these cases, some of these cases that I didn't really care for last year seems to be much improved from me fitting them on the dummy unit. So I said, you know what? Some of these cases, you already know, is always in my top 10 best cases because they just simply deliver on consistency year after year. So here are going to be my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6, 7 cases that I feel right now are going to be some really good recommendations for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now, the first one starting off with, we got to go ahead and hit you with the Mous Limitless. Now, you already know last year, man, I kind of trashed on this mouse case because the camera control button was just absolutely garbage. Well, I can't say it was garbage. It might be garbage, if that's the thing. But they made heavy improvements. They hit me up and was like, T, you creators slammed us when it came to the camera control button. So now this thing does not pop out. It is rock solid. And they said it acts just as good as Apple's camera control button. Now, once again, that's something that we're going to have to test out once we get the 17 Pro Max in here. But everything else about the Limitless case, I've always loved. I just did not like the way they did that camera control button. But now it's a clean looking button. It does not pop out. It looks just as good as any other cases in camera controls that I would say. Nice smooth back. They don't have double branding because, you know, before it had a mouse down here and a mouse up here, but guess what? They don't really have space for that anymore. You're going to get the same subtle grip right here on the sides when it comes to this side. You don't get it on this one because that camera control button is here. And of course, you're going to get that shock absorption on all four corners, soft lining on the inside. Mouse has just always been a solid case. And once again, just for dramatic effect, I'll pop it on the black one. But this feels like a very tight fitting case, back to OG Mous, but this time with an actual usable, all right, with an actual usable camera control button. So I'm liking what this does. It feels good, gives you that extra little bump protection on the top and on the bottom. I'm just really feeling what Mous has going on this year. And I think they brought it back and they actually listened when we were giving them heavy critique when it came to the camera control button, all right? So the Mous Limitless case, I feel, is going to be a good one, all right? This may find its way back into my top 10 because last year this thing wasn't touching my top 10 with a 10-foot pole, but since they came out with that camera control button, I think this is going to be a very solid offering, all right? So Mous Limitless case, you can find this on Amazon and a lot of these others on Amazon. Some you might have to go directly to their website, but the Mous case, you'll be able to find it online. Now, here's another one that I felt like inconsistency was their name when it came to the 16 Pro series, and that's going to be the Pitaka, all right? This is going to be the Pitaka Easy case. Now, I personally have been going the route of going with thinner cases just because these devices are getting huge. I like thinner cases because guess what? I don't really drop my phone a lot. But when it came to the Pitaka, I found that a lot of their fit was just a little bit inconsistent when it came to the tops and the sides. But this one feels like it's on there pretty good. The dummy unit, once again, is not 100% accurate. But the one thing that I love the feel of this mouse case is it just feels a little bit more solid. It feels like it's just more material, more rigidity. And I hope this equates to a better fit when it comes to the 17 Pro Max. Of course, you're going to have that big camera cut out for the plateau, all right? Whoever thought about that, I don't know what the hell to say. And as you can see, you got those MagSafe magnets here. You got your cutouts when it comes to the down here. On this side, you don't have a cutout for the camera control, but you do actually have a camera control button on a thin case. This might be one of the first that I've seen out here. Usually, companies just cut this out, but no. Pitaka said, we're going to actually give you a camera control button, but we're going to give you cutouts for your volume up and down, your power, and where it comes to that Type-C. So this is going to give you that nice air mid-fiber, but it just feels sturdy, and I love the way it feels. I feel like it feels a little sturdier than before. Could be placebo, could be sugar peel, but I love the way this thing feels. So if you're looking for that thin case, you don't want to bulk up your 17 Pro Max, then the Pitaka Easy case, hey, when we get it in, we're going to see if this bad boy can find its way also back into my top 10. Now, you know I got to be a little self-plug when it comes to it, but you guys know this is one of my favorite and one of the best leather cases that you can go out there and get for the iPhone 17 Pro Max, and that's going to be the Andar Aspen. Now, you already know, you're like, T, look at these crazy colorful cases when it comes to it, all right? These are my colorways. No, this video isn't sponsored, but I have a lot of the colorways when it comes to the Aspen, and they just deliver year after year when it comes to a solid leather case. So these are going to be a few wow cases, especially when it comes to the colors. Now, I know you're like, T, wait a minute. These colors do not match the color palette of the iPhone 17 Pro Max unless you get one of those, when you get a silver one. I understand that, man, but these are the 3 colorways that I have, and these are going to be my Tech Wave, my new color, which is going to be the Tech Perp, and technically red. Now, when it comes to these, man, I just love Andar Aspen because the fit is always good. The buttons are always on point. You're going to get a nice camera control button, soft lining on the inside. And one little tidbit that I've added to the Andar Aspen this year when it comes to my personalized colors, you get a little Technically T signature that is embossed in the actual case. And in my opinion, that's just absolute fire. If you go with the Tech Perp, they all have matching color on the inside when you're talking about that soft lining. Of course, it's going to have that huge cutout for the camera plateau, and it just gets it done, man. Andar comes with so many different colors that you should be able to find some color to fit your needs when it comes to these wild color iPhone 17 Pro series. So if you're looking for a leather case, full grain leather, 360-degree protection, snug fit, nice buttons, and if you go ahead and get one of these now, man, you will pick up these bad boys for 20% off. And if you go ahead and rush order it, maybe you might be able to get here before your iPhone 17 Pro gets here. So if you're a leather case lover, this is going to be one of many great leather cases. I'm not just going to be biased to Andar because of what we did and working together, but this is going to be one of the many great options when it comes to leather cases, and that's going to be the Andar Aspen. They're giving you the best quality for the buck, especially when it comes with a discount code and different things compared to other leather cases out there on the market. Now, let's go ahead and get into some heavy hitters that was in my top 10, and we got to go ahead and start off with the Spigen Ultra Hybrid. Now, you know this is always one of the best budget bang for your buck cases out there, and I love what they did when it comes to the frosted back, like they always do with the Ultra Hybrid, but they gave you the full coverage around the camera plateau, and in my opinion, that just looks good. Over here by the camera control button, this looks so updated. When it comes to this button, I'm really feeling the way this button looks. Your buttons when it comes to volume up and down action are still going to be those embedded buttons. I would love to see some type of standalone aluminum buttons, but we may not get that. When it comes to the MagSafe, this is going to be one, I think, that's going to have that Apple logo right here in the middle, so hopefully it doesn't look too weird. But if you're looking for a frosted option, and we're going to give you another frosted option when it comes to this case lineup in a minute, this just does an amazing job when it comes to it. It just looks good. I think it really did a good job of adding the full coverage. I'm personally a fan of anything that has that full coverage. I'm here for it. I absolutely love it. Bravo when it comes to Spigen. We know it's going to fit right, and you can get this case for like 25 bucks over on Amazon. And I'm pretty sure you can get this before your phone gets here. They have different color options. They also have a orange color option if that's going to be a thing. So check it out, man. Spigen Ultra Hybrid, you know this is always one of my best budget style cases. The fit, the buttons, the MagSafe strength, the quality that you're going to get for the price. It's just, they always knock it out of the park when it comes to the Ultra Hybrid. So go ahead and check it out, man. Always one of my favorites. Now, getting into some Kadab, and we're just going to bring both of these. Well, no, let's go ahead and start off with the one that you guys haven't seen so far for the iPhone series. Now, the Synthesis has brought this over from the S25 series, and we all know the Synthesis of how good it was, but now they added a black and frosted Synthesis. This might be one of my favorite cases so far that I have for the 17 Pro Max, and hopefully it does a job. Well, it's Kadab. You already know what they're going to do when it comes to fit of this case. The Synthesis, man, I mean, what more can I say? We got a very stiff frame that goes all the way around. We got a nice frosted back with that black MagSafe, very similar to what you just saw with the Spigen Ultra Hybrid. Nice interchangeable aluminum buttons if that's your thing. Very nice camera control. We saw that last iteration when it came to the 16 series. And overall, a tight fit, giving you those nice subtle grips on the side that's really going to grip it just fine. Let's go ahead and throw this on real fast so you can see what we're working with if there was a black Pro Max, but just super tight fitting case, nice magnetic strength, nice frost. This doesn't feel like a light frost. That feels like a very sturdy frost, and there is different levels of frost that you get, and we will test it as we know, but yeah, this feels really good when it comes to the abrasion, and I feel like it feels good, not rough. Feels nice, man. As you see, the cutout for the camera plateau. So really love what they did for the Synthesis. I have been asking for a frost back Synthesis for years, and Kadab finally delivered, man. And they was like, yo, T, You inspired this. You did. I'm not taking no credit, but they know I've been asking for years when it comes to a frosted synthesis, and they actually deliver. So if you're a synthesis lover, but you also want to show off the color of that iPhone, this frosted synthesis is going to be where it's at. Trust me. And last but not least, a crowd favorite. If I did a part two to my top 10 cases for the 16 Pro Max, I believe this case would have been number one. We got to go ahead and look at their all new redesigned sheath. Now, it's not all new redesigned, but the things that they say it is going to be 20% thinner. Now, as it feels in hand, maybe I got to get it on the actual 17 Pro Max because I don't know if I can feel that thinness. Maybe I got to get an old model compared to the new model, and then I might be able to see it. But the sheath is going to be that same nice sheath, all right? They did say it's 20% thinner. They're giving you that full protection when it comes around to it, and they're giving you that nice lining on the inside, switchable buttons when it comes to your volume up and down. Nice camera control. You know it's going to come in a few different color options with a nice abrasion finish, which is not too rough to your hands. You already know when it comes to the sheath. Let me see a hashtag sheath gang in the comment section down below. But this is going to be another one. I feel like it's going to be a great, it's going to be a crowd favorite when it comes to it, man. It always is. This can look fresh if you put it on the silver. This black is going to look fresh. Now, they may hit you with some colors that matches the new iPhone colors. I'm not 100% sure. We may see some new colors coming down the pipeline when it comes to the sheath. But so far, I mean, the sheath is going to be delivering. And their two cases that I have right here, I'm very impressed with them so far, especially when it comes to the frosted synthesis. So links for these will be down below. I probably could have kept this case. I probably could have kept this video going with the D brand Ghost and all types of cases, but these are ones that I grabbed that really stood out to me, that I really have been enjoying so far just by the look test. And from the dummy unit test, they passed the test. Is going to be some good case recommendations for the 17 Pro Max. Just like I stated, majority of these cases will be on Amazon, but there are some that you're going to have to go directly to their website. Kadab's, I don't even know if they're shipping right now, but I know they're shipping very soon. So if you have like a little placeholder case that you want to use until Kadab can go out there and get you that goodness, make sure you do that. But that's going to be it, man. You already know, stay locked in, hit that subscribe button. We're doing tons of real life commentary, and you know we're getting into the accessory videos when it comes to both the iPhone 17 Pro Max and the iPhone Air, which cases I'm so impressed with when it comes to the Air. Get subbed up. Catch y'all on this train that we about to embark on. Later.